All right. Most of you are done, except for Brave Chickens. But it looks like this has stopped for quite some time now. I'm probably just going to allow maybe the next minute or so, because this group, Vegan Sharks, looks like they're almost done. Okay, it seems like he has stopped as well. So I will end the game here. All right, so there's Tiny Whales, there's Vegan Sharks, and Tie-Dye Pandas. Wei Huan Sing, Fong, Bian, and Samuel. I think it's only natural for me to expect that your tutorial does better for this because this is business and technology, yeah, which we covered last week. All right, mostly did very well. I saw in terms of the overall accuracy was at about 70. Where is that again? So class accuracy is about 70%, which is good. So let's just review some of the questions, yeah? Just gonna identify those that you have a bit more difficulties with. So 6, 7, 11, 12. So question 6. Which two are disadvantages to consumers of buying clothing through e-commerce? Yeah. So I think a lot of you went, majority still went to the right answers, which is risk of personal details being fraudulently used, increased cost and time of returning unwanted items, as we know when you order online. Yeah. The other answer that seemed to have a bit more of you going into is difficult to establish brand loyalty. So that is not really a disadvantage per se. If you do notice, all of the brands, all of the popular clothing brand do have their own e-commerce platforms as well. Yeah, so this is something that is that still enables them to try establishing brand loyalty as a result of technology. Yeah, and e-commerce in particular. Higher prices charged due to less competition online. 7 of you chose this. I think most of you should definitely agree that this is not true. Yeah. So because of online, you will even find a lot of these shops, they have their online promotions, which will most probably be even cheaper than buying in store. Yeah. Business will need to follow legislation linked to trading online. It's not really a disadvantage. That's a regulation. That's a policy and procedure in place. So question 7 as well, I think there's quite a number of you. Technology affects every aspect of business management, but there are 3 areas of special focus. What are they? Yeah. So, oh, sorry about this. I think there were, one of the answers are missing. My apologies for that. Yeah. So the special focus here, of course, when it comes to business management is costing. I think most of you have definitely got that correct. And the other one is actually customer service. 11 of you are correct. So my apologies for that. There was supposed to be 2 answers here. I'm not sure why. I remember putting 2 answers, but the other one is not reflected here as much. So customers can also be correct. However, it is more accurate to talk about customer service. So through the usage of technology, if you notice, a lot of businesses were able to reach out to customers much more easier. Yeah. When it comes to sales and share pricing, so that is not necessarily a focus area per se. I think it was 11 and 12, right? So for those of you who do not know, this is a relatively newer terminology for you, but to be fair, this is still something that has been that is maybe you would have covered this in a different class under business. Yeah. So marketing mix always refers to the 5 P's of a business, like place, pricing, promotion, and so on and so forth. Again, those are not something that is totally that all of us are unaware about. You are definitely aware of the wordings itself. So this is basically just trying to tell you how marketing mix is affected by technology, how pricing is affected, how promotion is affected, how does your actual product, or in this case, it can be a goods or service is affected, how does place and location is affected. Yeah. So if you do run through the statements, the statements are merely trying to tell you how does technology, how has technology assisted, all right, these areas for pricing, from promotion to product, and as well as to place. Yeah. Most of you got it correct. I think the only issue is that not everyone answered every single chosen every single answer here. Question 12, advantage of e-commerce. So I see still a good, at least a slight majority here. For those of you who identified social media allows to write reviews. This is something that has not really been considered a major advantage. Yeah, but in a lot of cases, it can go both ways. Yeah, it can really go both ways. Remember, you can't necessarily make all of your customers happy. So no matter how good your product is, you will still find reviews that may not necessarily boost your sales. Yeah, all right. But for the rest, they do allow small businesses, allow business to sell to the world, allows through to develop a relationship with the customers, right? So you saw customer service aspects earlier as well. All right, this is also yellow. So this is what I was talking about earlier when it comes into what marketing mix actually refers to, right? Place, product, promotion, and price. So when you compare this towards how a business require, what aspects of marketing a business actually require, technology plays quite a major role in all of these areas. Yeah, and of course, since this one is talking about how much different businesses are charging for goods and services, evidently it goes towards pricing. There were other aspects as well. Let me just see 16 and 17. Yep, so this is a term you need to be aware of, digital workflow. All right, the links all the steps. This links all the steps in a process digitally. Simply because a lot of businesses today will need to consider that their business process might be a bit different when it works electronically and through technology. Yeah. Mail and online. So take note of it is highlighting mail and online. Yeah. So brick and mortar is talking about a physical and yet online presence. Clicks and mortar, of course, is then going towards, sorry, brick and mortar is fully physical. Clicks and mortar is one that has a physical presence and yet an online presence. And if you're talking about just different channels which are being used, we refer to them as a multi-channel retailer. All right, I see one here. One disadvantage of e-tail, of course, there's additional charges. In this case, it can go from shipping, it can go to other aspects as well. Yeah. Always look for, when we are talking about business and technology, more of the focus is towards what are the business implications in that sense. Yeah. So obviously convenience is an advantage rather than a disadvantage. And of course, having many choices can also is mainly an advantage in many sense. All right, for the rest, I think all of you did quite well, which is good. So the focus here for this question is the use of new technology, right? For new technology, mainly is for productivity. This was highlighted again and again last week during the lecture as well. The key word here is technology always assists with productivity. Yeah. Okay, awesome. I think by the looks of it, business students will definitely do better for questions as such in relation to business and technology. Yeah. Okay, so moving on. So I think I've received effects of technology. I have not reviewed it yet. Yeah, I didn't have the time to review it yesterday, but I will be reviewing it in the next day or so. So you just need to wait for my comments for that. Any questions for effects of technology first before I move on to the briefing of the last, ethical issues on technology, since you're working on that now, before I move on to future of technology. And every week when I ask this, I do realize that all of you have just submitted it the day before, and then you may have not started working on this yet. Yes, Samuel.
Sir, so for my group, we are doing about IBM Watson. So IBM is a company that is known to be very ethical and follow the law. So the ethical threats there, we are struggling to find problems for IBM Watson for the ethical threats.
Okay, all right. In definitely one aspect of it that I can think of is actually point number 5, cultural sensitivity. The things that Watson is good at is normally information which are a bit more general and universally available. Watson may not be very aware when it comes to making decisions based on regional aspects, based on cultural aspects, and so on and so forth. So you can actually identify at least a small component going into that. But I do understand if ethical threats is not your focus of the information here, so do not worry too much about it. If you really want, you can try going into cultural sensitivity. Do you get that about cultural sensitivity?
Yes.
Yeah, so cultural here can be even just asking about questions like Malaysian culture. Yeah, Watson, I'm very sure may not be able to answer questions in relation to or being able to process information in relation to cultural aspects of a certain region of the world. So that can be considered ethical or not ethical as well. Yeah. The CSR part, were you all able to find, Samuel?
Yes.
All right, yeah. So I'm quite sure IBM has done a lot in relation to CSR as well. So that's somewhere that you can definitely focus on. Okay, thank you, Samuel, for the question. Anyone else? Nope. Okay, all right. So ethics, I guess, is also in a way a bit more straightforward for you to evaluate based on, right? You can go both ways, yeah? You can talk about ethical practices, you can talk about non-ethical practices in the sense of they did not address that aspect at all, right? So maybe they're not being unethical, it's just that they did not address those ethical aspects. So you can actually discuss about those as well, yeah? All right, so last but not least, this is your very last weekly task, and you won't be hearing from me for another weekly task anymore, which is the future of technology. So this is the one weekly task I want you to have fun with. Yeah, I want you to have fun with because you will need to be a bit with the word of the weekly task itself. You will need to be futuristic. Yeah, futuristic. So as you can see here, the first option given to you is to discuss about green initiative or a green aspect of green computing of the chosen technology. Now, what does that mean is that moving into the future, another keyword here is definitely, if I were to add in, is this keyword, right? Relating to sustainability. So is your technology taking this into consideration? Yeah. Since Samuel has just spoken, I will use IBM Watson as an example as well. In order to power Watson, in order to fully ensure that Watson can be capable of doing what it does utilize a lot of energy. Yeah, it does utilize a lot of energy. So talking about sustainability moving forward, is Watson really a proper solution moving forward? Yeah, supercomputers that we have around, that they also have a similar issue. So basically Watson is another supercomputer, right? So there's a lot of issues in relation to that as well. So to speak about the future of the technology, you can highlight in terms of how sustainable is this solution. Yeah, what is the future of this technology? If you focus to talk about A wants you to highlight about green initiatives, the green aspect or green computing of your technology itself. How much do they consider these aspects itself? Now, please take note, if this is a point that you have spoken about before, yeah, if you have highlighted about green initiative or green aspects or green computing in any other weekly tasks from before, my suggestion is that you don't do point A at all. Yeah, you totally skip point A. So please remember that point of mine, yeah? If you have spoken anything about it being green before, then you should abandon A. You should totally abandon A. You do not need to do A at all. Then you can just move on to B. Yeah. For those of you who have not mentioned in your weekly task anything about being green before, aspects of green green initiative or green computing, you can consider this. Because if you notice here, there's a very big word here that says or. So you choose either one of this. So If this is a bit more complicated, you feel, wow, talking about the future, talking about sustainability of the technology can be a bit more difficult, then what you need to do is you can talk about suggesting further improvement for the technology itself. Yeah. So this is when you are able to find out about the green aspect and green computing and green initiative, which means you see that Watson is already doing it. For example, and I highlighted IBM earlier, you find out that IBM has a lot of aspects going into green computing and green initiatives to make sure that Watson is operating at a minimal usage of energy, for example. Then all you need to do is focus on A. But if you can't find those information in relation to your technology, what you need to do is you need to suggest further improvements. Yeah. And your improvements must be going back again into these areas. Any green initiatives, any green aspect, or green technology per se. Yeah. I forgot if it was this class or the other class that did Tesla. I think it was this class, right? Yeah. So Nathan and the gang, Ching Hao, Ching Yu, and Sing Fong and all, right? And Nihat. So if you talk about Tesla, for example, you can obviously highlight the green initiatives and green aspect of your technology, right? Yours fit very well into the first point. As part of your discussion here, right? As part of your discussion here, I'm allowing for you to, if you have any suggestions, right? If you notice, point B is supposed to suggest further improvements. You can put in further improvements that they can consider as well, right? The cars are already fully electric, but maybe there's other further improvements that you have found while you're researching that you would like to include it as well. I do allow you to go a bit into it, right? For groups that do not find any green initiative as part of your technology, you will then need to suggest those improvements. Yeah. So suggesting those improvements, this when it comes into suggesting improvements, again, you can always find an application, or you can find certain functionalities that you see in other similar technologies. You look at those and then you suggest it for your technology and your company that you are researching into. Yeah. So the first place that you can always find that is to find a fellow competitor, to find a similar technology and suggest what they are doing towards your technology as well. Yeah. So it can be based on futuristic technology, relate to effects, especially latest developments of technology. So you're supposed to have done that in the last part of effects, which is this, right? You're supposed to find the latest discovery, invention, or usage of the technology itself. So some ideas can come from there. Yeah, some ideas can come from there to then be used as a suggestion. But of course, here you are not only writing it as it is. It's not just descriptive. You must say why. Why are you suggesting this as a further improvement? Why is this important for you to suggest it as a further improvement? Yeah. Point number 3 is the one that you can have fun with. As you can see, ideas may be generated from sources such as movies, documentaries, books based on science fiction as well. Yeah. And I've always encouraged this simply because if you do look into movies, documentaries from many years before, a lot of those which were fully science fiction from before has basically become a reality today. Yeah, how holograms and holographic devices were just something sci-fi movies were based on is now basically a reality. So that's a very good place for you to gain ideas and gain information from as well. So I am allowing you to even reference these movies, reference these documentaries. If you find them on YouTube, for example, you will be able to use them. And your ideas can even come from just any science fiction related books as well, yeah, that you are aware of. Questions? That's basically it for future technology, because the keyword here is definitely sustainability. Any questions? So when you are discussing about future, remember, you are not just randomly discussing about whatever future you want to think of. The future that you are thinking of must be related to sustainability. It must be related to green aspects, yeah, or things of being green, because you want to then identify and at the same time suggest certain aspects that the technology and the company must incorporate. Yeah, when they are able to incorporate all these aspects, then the technology can move on longer. It can last for a better period as well, right? If you remember us looking a bit into the different life cycles of a technology as well. Yeah, the life cycle is something that can be prolonged if you look into these areas. So that's why some technologies has been around for a very long time. They have slight improvements here and there, but you don't see them basically either going into a decline or basically going out of the market anytime soon. All right. So if there are no questions, I'm assuming that's all fine. So this is the last and final one, right? Now, just a point about the submission. I will highlight this again on, okay, all right. I think I'm not going to speak about it here. I'll probably highlight about this on Thursday when I have all of you together so that I do not need to end up repeating it per se. This is, of course, due by the end of the week when it comes to ethical issues. Future of the technology is supposed to due by the end of next week. I do understand that the whole week is supposed to be your break and your holiday due to Chinese New Year. However, on the other hand, I am not able to really move this anymore simply because there will be that your official submission will also be within week 12 itself already. Yeah, your final submission is already within week 12, and it's actually a day after this, which is the Monday when you come back. All right. So there will not. We will discuss this further to see how is this going to be done. Yeah, because then for the future technology, I may not necessarily. I will not be reviewing your work anymore. Unlike the rest of this, these are all the rest which I will be reviewing all the way until ethical issues. But for future technology, it is something that I will not be reviewing because your submission there is directly together with your final submission. Yeah, so just to let you know that a bit earlier. So do not expect any feedback or any comments and to come from future technology, which is the last weekly task that you have. All right, but you still need to submit it here anyway as part of your weekly task so that then this becomes a documented version of it that all of you are aware of. Yeah, and I can always use this in order to then for it to be used for documentation purposes in relation to your module for this semester. All right. As I highlighted, I have not reviewed this yet, but I just realized there's one group that did not submit. I wonder if it's from your end or the other group. I'm guessing it's the other group. Because in relation to your class, you have been the most consistent. I've always received everyone's submission on time, except for just now that I think I saw Brian's submission just slightly a bit late, which is, oh, okay, not slightly a bit late. It's about 5 hours late, which means it was this morning, right? Interestingly. Oh, sorry, yesterday morning. Anyway, all right, so that is done. Your weekly task briefing is done as in relation to that. The last and most straightforward thing I just wanted to do is to continue reviewing some of you who have posted your interesting website. Yeah. Can anyone remind me where did we stop? I'm trying to remember where did we stop. Where did we stop? I think we're done with these, right? I remember asking Sardar. I remember asking, wait, was it Sardar? Uzma. I remember asking Jamil as well. Nathan, have you spoken about yours? Yes, right? Nathan, are you there?
Sir, I think we stopped on the
Was it Tina or Excel?
the
Oh, ZE. All right. So Tina is done as well. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. ZE, are you there? Brian? I'm not sure if I remember seeing your name in the attendance in the class list. Oh, okay. Brian is not here. Sardar, are you here? So many of you missing today. Wei Huan, are you here? What's up with everyone not responding to me today? Calling for Wei Wan. I see you in class. It's normally, I'm just indicating again here so that I can look back at this to know that you are MIA. Seng Fong, are you there? I think I saw you in class.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, so what was yours about Fiverr.com?
Oh, Fiverr is a freelancing platform that sells services like skills, like whatever skills that you are outsourcing for, like you are a company, then you can come to either Fiverr or other freelancing platform like Upwork. Yeah.
I see. I'm assuming this is a platform for both, right? That means if you're a company looking for these services, number one,
I can be the seller as well.
and you can also come here to provide your services.
Yeah, like a platform to earn money.
Have you used it before?
Yes, I'm using since last year.
Ah, okay. What kind of services have you obtained here?
I'm not obtaining, I'm providing.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm providing video editing, whiteboard animation, graphic design, website development, yeah, copywriting as well.
nice. Have you been approached by anyone?
Yeah, I've more than 200 clients right now.
Wow. That's good. Most of your clients, it looks very international. Is this popular here in Malaysia?
Yeah, this is the most popular freelancing platform, but not popular in Malaysia since Malaysia prefer, how to say, they don't do such thing like this.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm assuming most of your clients are not from Malaysia then.
No. More like US, Canada, Finland, like
Ah.
yeah, China as well.
Okay. All right. Interestingly, I think the last time when you shared about your own business, I'm assuming you wanted to go. It sounds like this is what you want to go into.
Not this only. This is one of the main income.
One of
But
them.
yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thank you for the sharing, Sing Fong. So for the rest of you who are interested,
Thanks.
as you can see, it's not just tech related. It doesn't only need to be tech related services. Yeah. So if you notice, yeah, fine. There's logo design. There's WordPress and things like what Sing Fong was mentioning about. But if you notice, there's things like voiceover as well. So if it's something that you're interested in, look at this. You are not you don't really need to be the techie behind the picture, but you can actually all right. You can actually look into how to be a video explainer, right? So this is a whole area as well. More and more content on YouTube has been as such. And interesting, you can see how much they all start as. Some can be as low as $5. Some can go as high as you can see, 75, $230 here. So of course, again, this is something that is being provided as a service. So when you look at it, you realize that this is the one that you can actually approach them and find out more as well. Don't be surprised for some of these sellers, as you will call them, who are providing their services here as well. They are also looking into collaborating with more people. Because again, if you can provide a bundle or a package of a service to your customers, you would definitely prefer that anyway. All right, good share there. Thank you. Who do we have next? Winky.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, but I can hear you very softly. What is this about?
Wait,
You don't remember.
this is the e-commerce business.
What is so unique and special about this website then?
I think.
Sorry, Winky, I couldn't hear the last part.
I think. I think doesn't have any specific advantage. I just share this thing.
Okay, all right. So there's nothing unique or special about them. It's just a platform selling phone accessories.
Yeah.
You do know the task was to find something unique and interesting, right?
But I don't know one share one.
I see, but I'm quite sure if you just do a search and look for it, you should be able to find it. But anyway, thank you, Winky. I'll move on to VN. VN, are you there?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Nothing special too. Just for promotion
Then
stuff
why
like
do you
that.
post it? I see. This is just Tesco's official e-platform for you to order and so on, all right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Moving on. I see something is being deleted. I do not know who that was. Alam, what's this about?
Hello, sir. Can you hear
Hi.
me?
Yep.
So it's a website where you can design design logos, any logos, for example, for your shop or something like this. Yeah, I've already used it for one of the assignment before.
I see. For the assignment, what were you designing?
I was designing a website, so like I made a small like a basic logo for my shop.
Ah, I see. So
Yeah.
all you need to do is search for logo. I just realized I have an account in Canva and I didn't really use it. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Are all these free?
I think most of them, yes, where you can use them and edit them if you want.
Okay, all right. Okay. I think it's written here if they are free or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, some with the crown at the bottom here. Then I know, don't be fooled that it says free, but it says here free if you're a pro subscriber. Okay, all right, interesting. Yeah, I think I was just using this a few days ago. That's why it is still logged in. Let me try searching for mine. What did I do? Oh yeah, I think I was just trying to create a simple logo for the School of Technology. And similar to what Alam has mentioned, yeah, this is something that I just got off in terms of a template. As you can see, this was a template, the original template anyway. Yeah. So then I decided to just move it around a bit, change the font and so on and so forth. And to be honest, it's very intuitive for you to use it. But more importantly is that the one thing that Canva is actually very, very proud about is in terms of you looking for templates on their platform, right? They have a lot. As you can see, these major categories which are being used here alone is already enough to go towards areas that you're looking for. Yeah, from presentations, social media posts, print products, marketing, office, and you can search for almost any particular type of templates that you want to look for here. Yeah. And just to let all of you know, I'm not sure if Alam is also aware of this or not. There is Canva for education. Yeah, there's Canva education. So if you go for Canva education, which means you use your student ID to register for an account, you will be labeled as, where is my? So if you notice, I use my email, right? My official university email. You will gain more access to a lot of materials. Yeah. I can't show it to you now. So obviously you will then register for this using your student email, yeah. And of course there are more materials and templates being made available to you compared to a normal free account, yeah. So you may want to consider that instead to use your student email instead. So oh, I just saw the chat. Sorry, I went for a toilet break. I don't know how many toilet breaks I have to go through every single semester. Yes, Fiverr is very popular now in Malaysia. Samuel says that. Nathan comes in and say, yeah, but some beautiful template need to charge. Yeah, of course. I think it's only fair enough that they are doing that. The platform needs to earn some money as well. Yeah. And of course, they do target the better looking ones instead. Otherwise, you start from scratch. Yeah, as mentioned by Alam. Right? Otherwise, you start from scratch and you do it all according to your own design anyway. So thank you, Alam, for sharing that. Samuel.
Just a heads up, sir. The website is only for people that watches anime. So it's like a Reddit where you can post forum and threads. It's also like a listing where you can search for all the current anime that is being ongoing, the older one and all the different season and upcoming one. You can rate them, you can post forum and threads, and it's also like social media where you can follow or gain followers. So whenever you rate an anime or you watch one, you can update it, you can give a rating, and you can even see the overall rating, people you follow, what they rate on it, like your friends, and what your friends' activity. So you can it's like something you can use to keep track, rate, or look for suggestions of new anime to watch.
I see. Interestingly, what for you as a user here? I'm assuming you are a user here on this platform. What if you were to mention one of the main advantages and benefit you have gotten from it is what?
To see the rating of the anime, and then and read the plot summary and decide whether to watch it or not. And also I read a bit of the other people's review on it, and along with whether my friends have watched it and what they rate for it. In addition to that, at the bottom of each type of anime, there is recommendations to related one. Yeah, to related type of anime.
Okay, all right. Interestingly, Naruto appears here, and Dragon Ball. How old school can that be? But anyway, all right. Thank you, Nathan. So I guess this goes out to all the anime lovers and fans. Number 28, highest rated all time. I thought One Piece would have gotten a higher rating than that. But interesting. All right, thank you. Manheng, Overflow. You guys a lot of you are into website design by the looks of it. Manheng, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yep. So what's this about?
It's a website for design tools that allows people and business to create flow chart for their ideas.
Particularly flow charts.
I think also can create others, because this is a website that my friend introduced to me, but I haven't used it before.
Oh, you haven't used it before?
Yeah.
Because it does look like you can create things like wireframes and storyboards as well for you to then show. But the flow is mainly. Oh, I think I cannot ask Manheng any more questions because, like he said, he never used it before. But why do you find it interesting then?
Because my friend said it's interesting.
Wow. Oh yeah, I see. They do have wireframe flows as well. Okay, all right. And you are showing it here just because your friends say it's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. It only takes that much for a friend to say it is interesting for you to be convinced that it is interesting. But if I ask you whether you are convinced it is interesting, I think you will say you don't know yet because you never use it. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I will end it here now. Thank you, Manheng. I'll move on to Zunho. I'm not sure if Zunho is around. I was looking for him earlier. Zunho not around? Sutesh, are you there?
Hi, sir.
Yeah, what's yours about?
So I'm going to be talking about Skillshare. So Skillshare is a platform where you can learn a specific skill that you're interested in. For example, if you like photography, you can subscribe to this platform and you can watch videos from professionals to learn about your desired skills. Yeah.
I see. Most
So
of them,
like
they're tech related, right?
there's like many things actually, like there's cooking, there's photography and technology as well. Like there's many things they focus on. Yeah, and professionals create their own classes where, if you're interested in cooking, for example, you can join that class, and there'll be many videos from start to finish to become good at that specific skill.
Most importantly, are you using it?
No, I'm not using it.
It says here get started for free. Why are you not using it but you're recommending it?
Well, I mean, I've seen many YouTubers talk about this, so I mean, it is quite interesting actually.
Because they are all paid to talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time you watch a video now, right? There's a lot of YouTubers also will just stop in between. It's like, oh, okay, so we'd like to thank the sponsor of this video and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
All right, never mind then. Thank you.
No problem.
Sheng Hao, codeacademy.com.
Hi, sir.
Hello.
Okay, so this website I recommend is about where you can learn coding. Like if you are like you don't know what is coding, you can learn it like for free for only the basics. But like if you are individual or like intermediate, right, you have to like pay to continue to learn the code, learn to program.
I see.
That's the website about.
Have you learned something here?
Actually, I have not signed up yet because I saw a lot of YouTubers how to say just
Promoting
advertise it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
again,
try it soon.
Okay, all right.
Because
Yeah,
quite
it's
interesting.
good, of course, right? You see, like Code Academy for business and so on and so forth for business purposes. Their resources are quite a full range of it as well, and I think their blog alone, there can be a lot of resources that come from that as well. So, yep. Again, it's something that looks close to even Skillshare, as highlighted by Sutish earlier. Looks like a very similar type of platform. Thank you, Sheng Hao. I thought I saw.
Welcome, sir.
All right. I think that's basically it. Okay, all right. Oh, I just realized Zunho and Sutish both posted the same thing. So unfortunately, Sutish, you have to change your answer since Zunho already posted it. But your advantage today is that you are here, Zunho is not here. So I'm going to ask Zunho to change.
Okay, I didn't even realize that, to be honest.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, hey, wait, is this Skillshare here?
Social for Zunho.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Awesome. So that is basically it for today. Yeah, so just remind me in case I forget on Thursday, I have to talk to you about your timelines. Yeah, because next week we're not meeting each other, but the week after, to wrap up everything. Yeah, the week after, I'm covering all the remaining 2 lectures for your class this Thursday. And by the time you come back, there's no more lectures to cover. I'm just doing all the wrap up, a bit of revision, and a bit of going into your exam briefing, and of course, your submission briefing. I will have to do it this Thursday. Yeah, because when you come back, your submission was meant to be next week on the 4th of February. But obviously, 4th of February is a holiday. It is now being pushed to the Monday. But that will also mean that you will only be left with the next few days after that to record your video and to submit your video on the 11th of February, which is the Friday of that week. Yeah. So just remind me that I have to run through those details with you on how you're supposed to do it and where you're supposed to use your Teams channel and things like that, because you do not need to record a separate video and submit it separately, so that I can brief all of you on that, and you will need to plan that out. And I think for those of you who are done earlier, like today, I've already briefed you about your future of technology, right? Which basically means after this briefing, you are able to finish your assignment and even submit it at any point now after today. Yeah. All right. So we will do the last thing for your class. And if you have questions, you can stay back in the call. Otherwise, I will see you on Thursday.
this
Oh.
number in Chinese is say like bye bye lo. Bye bye to everyone.
Oh, right. I just realized Mohib is here and he's very fast at taking his attendance, even though he's late to class. Mohib, are you here? You've always been missing class. Finally, you are here. Oh yeah, before you go, I'm not sure how many of you have left class. I'm a bit worried for some of you who have not been contributing properly to the assignment. Yeah. Unfortunately, some of those that I'm speaking to are not here in class as well. So that's the other issue. But I hope they do watch the recording and hear me saying this. I've highlighted this before in the beginning of the semester. Yeah. Even if it's a group assignment, you may not all receive the same mark because it still goes back into what your contribution is to the group. You do not contribute, you are not going to get marks for it. I think that's fair enough because then when you don't contribute, someone else takes up your job and to do it. Yeah. So I just wanted to highlight that. All right. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Once you're done with your attendance, you can go. Oh, Sardar is here. Sardar, are you here? This is the time for me to catch all of you. So Sardar is not here, but he took his attendance. Absent. Who else is not here? Ishwar, Zunho. Jinyan, are you here? Have you finally joined class? I thought you were still away. I think again, I may not be receiving a response, is it? Oh no, Jinyan is here now. Okay, all right. Any one of Sardar's teammate is still here. Assignment group mates are still here. If you are still here, please tell him I want to see him.
Hello, sir.
Ah, yes, hi.
Oh, yeah, he's in my group.
He's in your group. All right, tell him I need to see him because then I'm not sure why is he taking attendance when he's not in class.
Okay, sure, sir.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Take care. Mohib, I'm still looking for you and you do not want to respond. I wonder why.
No, sir, I'm here.
Ah, I see you're here. You've been missing a lot of classes.
Yes, sir, I was actually traveling. I came to the university today. In the start, I thought that it was on campus. But then I read the activity and you had written that it was online, so I had to come back from the campus.
And you did all that. Why?
Because I didn't read the notification of it not being on campus and it being online. I thought it was hybrid. So as I've reached Malaysia, so I thought I'd take it hybrid today. So
No, my question is why don't you just stay in campus and attend the class first?
Sir, I don't live on campus.
No, why can't you just be in campus and attend the class first? Why did you bother coming all the way back?
Sir, because I had I was like at the other are online as well, so I'll just go back.
I really do not accept that as an excuse because you could have just sat in campus, attend the class first, and then head back home after the class. But anyway, your life, your choice. All right, take care. If there's no questions from anyone else, I'll see all of you on Thursday.
Sir, I have a question.
Okay, yes.
So like after we all finish the week 10, right? Do we have to, how to say, make a new document, like to submit on Moodle, that one?
Yes, you have to compile all of them into one document.
So from week 1 until week 10, compile all.
Correct. Then come up with proper page numbers, come up with proper subtopics, do a proper table of content, and references will be all at the end together, and so on.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, sir.
All right. Any other questions? All right, if there's none, thank you, take care, and goodbye.